Time now for the Staci and Hutch Say Too Much podcast.
Hide the children.
Where, you guessed it, the dynamic afternoon duo say way too much.
I won't shave armpits. Does it hurt when it grows back?
If there's any ingrown situations, that can be very painful.
No, seriously, that was way too much.
Pit stains. I think they're sexy in certain situations.
So if you're still listening, here they are to start the pod.
Why, I never.
Staci and Hutch.
Hey, everybody, there's no Hutch today again. You're sitting in the dark, Ross.
Yeah, is there another light I should turn on? I still, by the way, production meeting.
Yes.
I turned that fader thing all the way down.
Yes.
It's still obnoxiously loud, so I don't know what's happening with this board.
I don't know.
We'll just keep the plane in the air and hope for the best here for the next 20 minutes or so.
I think one of the lights got turned a different way, so that's why you're sitting in the dark.
Yeah, you know what? Nobody needs to see this face in the light. We're okay with it.
It's all right. Shadows are actually usually quite becoming for people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I also like to keep my anonymity. I'm like one of those witnesses.
Sure.
Wants to remain anonymous. That's me on this podcast.
Lurk in darkness.
It's good to see you both, by the way.
And then Alex is here. He is the other producer, the on-air one.
Yeah. As opposed to
the
Ross.
podcast one.
Yeah, got it.
So we'd like to keep Ross in the dark as much as possible, literally and figuratively, apparently.
And I picked the right show, it seems,
yes.
to do this, the right podcast to be a part of, based on what my nose is picking up.
It's a foodie day and an Iceland day.
I'm excited.
Last podcast, I don't know, did you do one while I was gone?
We did, and Miss Andrago, I like to say her name that way, she won Pass or Play for you. So when we resume Pass or Play, you have picked up a win thanks to her.
Nice. All right. Well, I was away because I went on a trip to Iceland. Actually, it was with Borton Overseas. It was Astounding Iceland with Crisco. And I thought, I'm getting in on that. So I decided to take my vacation that way. And it was unbelievable. It was a trip of a lifetime. I'm so glad I went. I had no idea what to expect. So I thought, what will this be? I'll take a chance. And it was amazing. Let me just show you a little bit of the scenery and the things that I saw. So that was just one little hike. And each picture was me thinking, this is the best part of it. This is the end, the most beautiful part. So then I'm like, taking another picture. Well, there's more. Take another picture. Take another picture. And I get to the top and I'm like, is this real life?
You could have an entire Instagram portfolio based with just that one hike.
Yeah, it was so beautiful.
You sent those this morning for me to upload so we could show them for those watching this pod on YouTube. It is incredible. Those pictures are amazing. My sister's been there a few times and has talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go.
I
need to go.
It is
Absolutely.
the cleanest place. I remember remarking to the other people on the tour with me, like, have you seen any litter? I mean, I haven't seen a cigarette butt. I haven't seen trash anywhere. It was amazing because it's so clean and they're so conscious of that. It's like they're going to be carbon neutral in 2040. I think I heard them say.
Just that water alone, I want to shoot a Dove commercial in there. I want like a bar of soap and like just underoos in there and take a bath. And if it wasn't probably what I assumed to be like -10-degree water.
Yeah, it was probably pretty cold. It was chilly there. I will admit that, but you didn't care. And the sun was so bright and wonderful. Okay. Then Crisco and I found there was a museum that a lot of people were excited about. And I was like, let's go. It's apparently being named Phallus is a big deal in Iceland. So I'm like, let's go to the Phallus Museum. Let's do it. Hey everybody, we're in Iceland still, and we're gonna go to this great museum. And you think about it, there's a lot of famous ones like Phallus Office. Find out all about Phallus. All right, let's go.
I don't think she realizes it's not Phallus.
Crisco. This is not phallus.
It is definitely not Phyllis. I told you that.
I'm very uncomfortable. Oh, look at that.
That museum.
$20.
Again,
This is science, people.
How do you pronounce it? Phallologic?
Oh gosh, I'm not sure, but it was they say for short the Phallus Museum.
The Phallus Museum.
and I again, for those listening to this one needs to be seen.
It really does.
KS95 vids. It does not do it justice for those just listening in audio.
You can also find all of these things, these pictures and everything on my Instagram and see them there. Staci KS95, Staci with an I. It was really fun. We all went as a group and the giggling was ridiculous. But I mean, it's a serious thing. I mean, some guy, it took him like 30 years to put all this stuff together. And the little tiny things in the beginning were actually mice.
Whoa.
The parts of mice.
The earrings that were claimed,
Yes,
the phallus earrings?
Yes, they were either mice or rats. I can't remember, but I think it was mice. So interesting. I thought that was kind of fun. We also enjoyed going to the couple of spas. And first, there's two of them. There is the Blue Lagoon, which is really large, and there's a brand new one called Sky Lagoon, which is one that all the locals go to. So we got some video of those two. No one can hear us.
See,
Now this is Sky. This one is Sky.
10 seconds.
was one of those last ones?
There's the Northern Lights. Now the first one, the first couple of pictures, that was the Blue Lagoon. That's where all of us went. And the second one was just me and a couple of other girls.
Is that like a hot spring?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's a vibe. And then there's another picture in there that almost looked like a steam room type of thing.
Yeah, that was a sauna.
A sauna with one of the best views.
Yes.
Not your average YMCA sauna.
That legitimately looked like you were getting what do we like the cosmetic
like a
facial,
mud
right? That looked like you were
Yeah.
getting the mud mask.
It was a silica.
in the ocean. Is kind of what that
it was
looked
pretty cool.
like.
That was the Sky one, and they have the what was it called? The 7 steps or 7 rituals or whatever. The first one was doing a cold plunge into like a hot tub pool, but it wasn't hot. It was ice cold water, and I was gonna skip it, but I thought, I'll do it, and it felt really good. So just went down, came up, went back in the water again.
Isn't that what everybody says about the polar plunges? That you do it because it's exhilarating. It's so cold, it's exhilarating.
Yeah, I've done one of those. It was all right.
An hour after, you feel fantastic. In the moment, I can't imagine so. But then if you're able to hop right back into a warm pool or a hot pool,
it was nice.
Phenomenal.
So after that, you go in the room, and I think it was you go through a sprinkle of cold mist or something, and then we did a salt scrub, and then there's just like a whole thing, and then you take the salt scrub that's on you, and you go into a steam room. From the steam room, then you rinse off, and then you go into the sauna, and that was your view. And you're just like, wow, people are in there meditating. It's really cool.
And you leave feeling like just a completely different person, I would imagine.
And it was so neat because, of course, there's a bar. So you're in there and you're like, sweet. I'm like, what's everybody doing over there? Oh, there's a bar.
This legitimately sounds like what a vacation is supposed to be, right? You go see beautiful things you wouldn't typically see where you live.
Mm-hmm.
It's all new experiences. And you legitimately did things that would be relaxing.
Very.
That's awesome.
That's what I was
I'm happy
picturing. The
for you.
sauna only thing missing was just a glass of champagne or something like that with that view.
I couldn't handle it in there too long though. I get too hot.
Do they have any Mick Golden over there in Iceland?
Any what?
Any Mick Golden the beer?
I don't know, but they did have a beer at.
I would need one of those. You know, that's what I would need.
The next thing that they did have a beer that I actually really liked. I wish I'd have gotten the name of it because I would actually order it because normally beer is not my thing. There is a tradition. The first thing we did when we landed was we went to after breakfast we went to a food tasting just to kind of get us acclimated to the kind of food they have there. And at the last stop, our guide I think told us a tall tale. There is something that they do with shark that's a tradition. So he said that the Vikings would eat fermented shark as a good luck thing. I don't know how much of this is true, but they do eat fermented shark. And it was not great. Everyone took a little piece of it. I mean, it's so tiny that it was on the end of a toothpick, and it tasted a bit like urine.
Do tell how we know the taste of that.
Because we tasted it. Yeah, apparently the earliest people in Iceland, this is centuries ago, their food options obviously were limited. So there was fish. And a lot of the fish that were there were Greenland shark, and they are actually poisonous to humans unless you take the uric acid and the trimethylene oxide and whatever else is in there out of there. It's actually a natural antifreeze to humans. So what they did, they would, they instead of looking for alternative food, they would make this one edible by purification and preservation. So they would bury it in the ground, do stuff to it. I don't know. But anyway, it tasted terrible still, but you could eat it. So this is how it all went.
Get the fermented shark.
Icelandic is scout. Cheers, and then you want to chew it for at least 10 seconds before you wash it out. All right, scout.
Scout.
Oh my god. Oh my. Can I scoot over?
Oh my God, that's so gross.
That was terrible.
Don't smell your own breath. He was like trying hard not to laugh.
Here's the gentleman on the end who looked quite pleased with himself.
Yes, his name's Thor, by the way.
Oh, which flies.
That's your name if you're in Iceland, right?
Yes, your name is
has
Thor.
To be.
He was kind of funny and a nice guy. But I had a lot of meat soups. There were meat soups.
I'm still stuck on the shark. You can literally die, like if it's not prepared correctly and all that stuff is removed, you could die from it.
You could. Yeah, absolutely. It's like an antifreeze. A couple of bites and you're done.
So you really have to trust the chef there.
Well, yeah.
I would say so.
I don't know
You
if
can
I'm
buy
that
it. I mean,
trusting of a person.
You can buy it anywhere, actually. You can buy it anywhere, but I didn't.
Really?
I thought about bringing it home, but I decided to bring something else back with me instead, like Icelandic hot dogs.
Oh, boy.
Let's check that out.
All right. Well, here's what I'm going to... Actually, no, you're right. Let's do this first.
Okay.
It's your show.
All right. This is the official, I guess, fast food of the Icelanders. It's a hot dog with all these weird sauces.
Yes, I'm hoping.
So that's my guess. Is that gravy on the hot dog?
Please let it be gravy.
Oh my, do you have actual hot dogs over there?
Yes, I bought the sauces at the airport because the last one I had was at the airport. And I was like, I have to bring this back because it is so delicious. Guys, I have arthritis in my thumb. So squeezing these bottles is miserable.
Got a proper steaming situation for the hot dogs.
Yes, it was really hard to figure out how to prepare this. I hope it's hot enough. But here you go, Ross.
Oh, look at you. Oh my goodness.
This is a proper hot wiener.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Look at this.
Let me just tell you about it while you are enjoying.
You want us to give this a try here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the hot dogs, this is like their national food, like the national snack. It's made mostly from lamb. They also put pork and beef in there. It's not just any lamb, though, because it's or beef or pork. It's organic, free range. I saw these guys running around and eating grass, hormone free. So it's all like pure stuff. They have condiments that are weird, but they're delicious. They're supposed to be on us. Are you okay?
No, this is great. It's very messy.
Okay, so there's white raw onions at the bottom, crispy fried onions on top of that.
How you doing over there, Alex? There's issues.
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm just trying not to do ASMR
for
the audience is what I'm trying to do.
Then there's ketchup, sweet brown mustard, and remoulade, which is a sauce. That's the weird brown looking one. A sauce that is made with mayo, capers, mustard, and herbs. That's this one. And that's what they call it, but I don't know how to pronounce that yet.
Capers is what gives it that luscious brown look.
Yeah, luscious brown. And I don't like onions. And when I bit into it, I didn't really notice the raw onions, but I was like, there's onions in here? This is really tasty.
So dumb question, I may have missed this. The actual hot dog.
Yes.
Did you fly that back over?
I
or did
didn't.
you find a something close to
I
it
could
here?
have. I could have. They had them there, but I wasn't sure if.
I don't think, can you transport that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I could have, but it's a 5-6 hour flight. And I thought, I'm not sure if they're already cooked in that package or not. So I decided I just went and got like natural casing hot dogs here.
No,
It's the great
fantastic.
Icelandic tradition of Hebrew National, if you've ever heard of it.
Yeah, I think
Do
it
you know
is.
Moses makes coffee?
Yeah, those are kosher, by the way. So
Hebrews.
in case that's an issue. There are hot dog stands almost everywhere you turn, and so everybody loves it. And the oldest one is in Reykjavik, which is where we were downtown, and that's where I had my first one. 1937 is when they opened it up.
Did you show off this? What is that? The brown?
This is the brown one. You want to see it?
Yeah.
And then this was the mustard.
So, I would say this.
Yes.
Pilsen and nip.
If you're on the fence about going to Iceland
It's
and
beautiful.
you like hot dogs,
hmm
you should go.
Most beautiful place I have ever been.
I like all those condiments. That's good stuff. And
Yeah.
I like the crunch too of the fried onion.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you so much for all the work you put into that. That's
We've
great.
got time for some candy if you want it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Let's play this cool open
Yes.
for fun.
Okay.
What's the latest grub?
Soup's on, fat boy.
You'll find out what's an oral gasm. Your chicken is delectable. And what's dorm food.
That's disgusting.
Because it's time to test your taste buds as we now present Staci and Hutch's Snack Chat.
All right. We have time for just a couple of things. I looked at these and I thought they were so beautiful. I'm going to get a little further out. And I was like, oh, is that chocolate?
That's these things.
Let's grab it. Yeah. So go ahead and pop it in your mouth and tell me what you think. One thing I learned about Iceland is go ahead.
Where?
Yeah. They love licorice. Licorice is all about their deal. I don't know what it is, but they love it. And it's different there. Much better. I thought, no way. Yuck, licorice. It's delicious. They put chocolate around it.
Oh, so this is licorice?
It's licorice. Doesn't it taste good?
I'm a fan.
That's
taste phenomenal.
I can taste like the traditional black licorice.
Mm-hmm. But it's not.
It's better because it's encased in chocolate.
Right. Yeah, that helps. But really,
I like the texture.
it tastes so much better and it looks really pretty. That's why I bought it. And then somebody on the tour bus that we got on after someone else got off left this big bag of these. Dame. And this is basically delicious toffee with some chocolate wrapped around it. And it was amazing. They had all kinds of weird food too, which I think I forgot to put that video on here, but that's all right.
2 for 2. Absolute fan.
This would go great on vanilla ice cream.
Yes. Oh,
Take a hammer to this a couple times, throw it on top of the ice cream.
Yeah, Heath Bar Crunch.
do you have the Icelandic food video?
Mm-hmm.
That shows you some of the snacks. I went into a, go ahead and play that. I went in and thought, why don't we have this food here? Is it doesn't melt when you're walking around with it.
That's probably fair.
So I had that for like an hour. It was great.
Did you happen to talk with anybody about like the seasons of Iceland, like how long they last, what they are?
I did talk to someone about what the summer's like, and it's around 65 or so.
Oh boy.
And that
Just a
sounds
nice,
amazing.
Mild 65. Doesn't that sound nice?
Yeah. It was a little windy the last 2 days and then it rained. So that was a little miserable, but it was so beautiful. We were all like, let's just deal. And we did. And it was worth it.
I feel like that's the place for me to live, by the way.
I think you'd really love it.
Never gets above 70. That's kind of where I need to be.
It's kind of perfect. Now, we went there with Borton Overseas. The next trip, I'm hosting. So if anybody wants to go to Costa Rica, You have until I think it's next Friday. That would be what's the date? I think I wrote it down. Oh no, it didn't come out on my paper.
Would that be the 27th?
7th, yes, until 27th to let them know or let me know that you want to go. So you can email me if you have questions. It's Staci, Staci at ks95.com. Or you could, look up Borton Overseas and let Bonnie know. Let's go. It's so much fun.
Costa Rica, you going?
Yeah, let's see if we can expense it first.
Yeah, let's see. I don't know if I'll be allowed
I could
to,
probably
but I'm
write it
going to
off on
volunteer.
you could write off on your taxes if you do it right.
Okay, we'll take my FSA and HSA dollars. Can I do that?
Yeah.
All right. We'll
All
see
right.
you again soon, right?
Follow us on our socials. We'd love to hear from you.